and then I'll just kind of roll over at any moment. If needed. If I don't have this, it'll overheat.
Do you have anything to like tie it down?
No, iPad's right here. I just got it on set.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please rise and gentlemen remove their caps for the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem today is a recording of the Lapeer High School Wind Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Dan Hunt.
Oh, say can you see our dawn's early hour?
this year's ceremony be without a last-minute change. Graduates, please be seated. In today's America, our young people have many career opportunities they can choose from. Today, I am proud to recognize 9 members of the Lapeer High School graduating class of 2021 that have committed to join our armed forces upon graduation. At this time, I would like to ask that they, along with any veterans or active service men or women with us today, please stand so we may demonstrate our appreciation for yours and their commitment to our nation. Thank you all. We would also like to recognize all of our early college seniors. These 29 students have committed to a 5th year with plans to not only earn their high school diploma, but also work to earn an associate's degree. I ask that these students please stand so that we may recognize them for their continued hard work and efforts towards their educational aspirations. Thank you. Finally, we would be remiss if we did not take time to acknowledge the tragedy that has befallen our country and community over the course of the last year. This school year, we have had 10 students at Lapeer High School lose a parent. We have also lost one of our own graduating members of the class, in Caden James Ryan Steiner. As many of you know, Caden was taken from us in the fall, but remains in our thoughts here today. At this time, I would ask that you all please join me in a moment of silence to remember Caden and all those we have lost throughout this last year. Thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Shatsbilski.
As I stand here today, I feel honored to be able to welcome family, friends, and guests to the 2021 Lapeer High School and Lapeer Community High School commencement exercise. Wow, what an unbelievable and crazy year you had. Let me give you a little recap of this year, even if you've chosen to forget it. Let's begin. You had to choose to either be face-to-face or a virtual student. We started in a remote learning setting, and then went back to face-to-face, then back to remote learning, then back to face-to-face, then a 2-week pause, and back to remote learning, then back to face-to-face, then another 2-week pause, and back to remote learning, and finally finished in a face-to-face setting. Woo! Oh, don't let me forget to add everyone's favorite national word of the year, quarantine. If I were to ask you to raise your hands if quarantine impacted you, many of you would raise your hands because you received a call from Mr. Lindsay, Mr. Wenzel, Mrs. Park, or I on a late Sunday night stating you were in close contact with someone and now you're going to be quarantined for several days. But through it all, here you sit on this monumental day. You are graduating. In my book, you will always be remembered as the senior class that learned to adapt. No other senior class in recent history had to go through a pandemic, but you adapted. No other senior class ever had to switch between remote learning and face-to-face learning, but you adapted. No other senior class had to wear masks while attending classes, play sports, attend school activities, but you adapted. No other senior class had to be reminded to pull your masks up, but you adapted. No other senior class had to have their athletic season start, stop, or be delayed, but you adapted. No other senior class had to be told not to hang out with friends and family, but you adapted. Mr. Lindsay, Mr. Wenzel, Mrs. Parks, and I are so proud of how you handled and conducted yourself in this year of time of uncertainty. This school year was not easy on anyone, but especially on you. Please know this, though, as tough as this year was, you were able to overcome the things thrown at you. Class of 2021, you have achieved so much, especially when things were not normal or going well. This is going to serve you well in the next steps of your lives. As a person that has watched you grow over the last 4 years with Lapeer Community Schools, I'm excited to see what the world tosses at you and how you will adapt, because I know you will. That is who you are. You adapt to any situation. Class of 2021, congratulations on graduating today. We are excited to see where you go from here.
At this time, it is my privilege to welcome our senior speaker to the stage. If Mr. Samuel Howard would please come up to share his remarks with the class. Sam Howard is the son of Jennifer Snoblin Howard and Frank Howard. Sam has been a member of the varsity bowling team for 4 years and has served on the City of Lapeer Youth Council. Earlier this school year, Sam was recognized by the Lapeer Chamber of Commerce as the Citizen of the Year, and more recently as the Male SBL Scholar Athlete of the Year for LHS. In the fall, Sam plans to attend Albion College, where he will major in political science and public policy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce our student speaker, Mr. Sam Howard.
Well, good afternoon. I would like to first start by saying thank you to Lapeer Schools administrators, all of my high school teachers, all of my classmates, and all the wonderful parents and family in attendance today for allowing me the privilege to address you on this momentous occasion. First, I want to take a moment to address the elephant in the room that seems to have acted more like a bull in a china shop. Since March of 2020, we have faced a tremendous amount of hardship and struggle. We've suffered through quarantines, some of us 5. We've had positive COVID tests, yes, me too, and we've lost a tremendous amount of normal activities and events. And yet we've overcome these challenges and these struggles, and we all deserve a thunderous round of applause for that alone. But while the world is focused solely on COVID-19 for over a year, at this moment, I would like to talk about us. Class of 2021 graduates, congratulations. We've made it through 12 years of hard work and a year and a half of COVID craziness, and today we officially graduate. So what does come next? For some of us, it's college or a trade school or even the military, while others may choose to go directly into the workforce. Now, before I go any further, and the wind blows me away, I just want to say that I promise to keep this short and sweet. I know you've all got senioritis and we're all hot and we just want to go home. But whatever you plan to do when you leave this field today, there are 2 things I think we should all know and remember. 1, we have their full support. Everyone here believes in us, believes in our dreams, and believes that we can achieve whatever we set our minds to. I know it's that cheesy line you've probably heard a million times by now, but trust me, it's so very true. Their presence here today shows that they believe we have what it takes to achieve whatever we set our minds to. We can do it. I didn't come here today just to get my diploma and leave. I came to give you a pep talk for your future. One last TED Talk, since I'm sure those were your favorite days in class. We will succeed, but I also must remind you and myself that at times we may fail, and that is okay. Let's take our failure and build on it, and let's turn our failures into all of our successes. And 2, we've made great memories that will last a lifetime of early morning oversleeps, late night studying, and in-class sleeping. You know who you are. The games, the meets, the matches, the concerts, the plays, all the activities we've done over the years. The friends who are always there for us. The teachers who we convinced to have off-topic conversations. The substitutes who, let's face it, we were sometimes more excited to see than our actual teachers. I know that I will miss going to bowling meets and showing that the lightning strike. I will miss walking into the J to hear Miss Jones ask, "What's wrong?" And I will miss laughing with Orod. But most of all, I will miss seeing all of you guys in class and all the laughs that we've shared. As I wrap up this speech that's probably been longer than you wanted it to, I leave you all with this. Our success is only measured by ourselves. We decide how life is treating us. And when we're up high on that mountain, we must not forget those who helped us get there. And when we're low in the valley and life's delivered a sucker punch right to the jaw, we must pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off. We can overcome and persevere through anything, and we are all important. I will forever be grateful for every one of you. You are all my classmates, my friends, and my family. Congratulations, thank you, God bless you, and bolt up.
This afternoon, it is my great pleasure to introduce Mr. Tim Lipka to address the class on behalf of the Board of Education. Mr. Lipka is in his first year on the school board and also serves as a firefighter for the city of Lapeer. Additionally, he is a reserve sergeant for the Metamora Township Police and a Lapeer County flag football board member and has coached youth baseball for 15 years at Metamora. Mr. Lipka is a lifelong resident of Lapeer, graduating from Lapeer West in 1991. He and his wife Sherry have two sons, Zach, the 2020 graduate, and Tyler, who is a member of today's graduating class. Mr. Lipka currently works for McLaren Lapeer Regional Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Tim Lipka.
Thank you, Mr. Spilsky, for that nice introduction. Congratulations, class of 2021. It's a day to celebrate with your family and friends. It's a day to reflect, and it's a day to cherish. There's a poem that's always been special to me, written by Linda Ellis. It's called The Dash. In it, it talks about two dates: the beginning, your birth; the end, death. In between, what matters most is called the dash. The dash represents a time between the beginning and the end that is filled with life, your experience, family, and friends. I know most of you, the dash started post 9/11 with our country being at war. Then it was off to preschool and kindergarten. When you started forming friendships, some of those will last forever. Then you were off to junior high, high school. You may have been involved in sports, clubs, churches, different organizations, or volunteering in your communities. I think about the dash over the last 2 years, and you've been through a pandemic, Google Classrooms, Zoom meetings, virtual studies, clubs and sports may have been put on hold or even canceled. This is only added to that dash. There may or may not be things that you'd like to change in your dash thus far. But today marks a new beginning for you. Today starts the dash of your adult life. Whether it's off to college, to a trade school, an apprenticeship, serving our country in the military, or straight into the workforce, just remember to slow your anger and show your appreciation to all those that have helped you along the way. You know, like your parents, teachers, administrators, coaches, mentors, and other family members. I can tell you, it's not about the cars, the houses, the cash that makes the difference.
What matters most is how you live and love and how you spend your dash. My biggest advice to you is to always treat each other with respect and wear a smile more often. Then you won't have any regrets about your dash. I, for one, as a parent and a school board member, can't wait to see where your dash takes you. I wish you success in your dash, and I'm excited to see how each and every one of you continue to enrich your dash. I'd also like to talk to you about the 7 rules of life. Number 1, let it go. Never run a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. Number 2, ignore them. Don't listen to other people. Live life that empowers you. Number 3, give it time. Time heals everything. Number 4, don't compare. The only person you should try to be is the person you were yesterday. Number 5, stay calm. It's okay not to have everything figured out. Know that it takes time. You'll get there. Number 6, it's on you. Only you are in charge of your happiness. Finally, number 7, smile. Life is short. Enjoy it while you have it. And Tyler Lipka, I would be remiss if I did not say how proud your mom and I are of you, and never stop reaching for the skies, buddy. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Lipka. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. It is my distinct privilege, with great pride, that I'm able to declare that each senior before us today has successfully fulfilled the graduation requirements of the state of Michigan and Lapeer Community Schools and is entitled to receive their diploma. Board of Education members, along with Superintendent Wandry, will assist in the distribution of diplomas. Our faculty roll callers today are Mrs. Cheryl Butterfield, Mr. Tom Brown, Mrs. Melissa Campbell, Mr. Dwayne McChesney, Mr. Bill O'Brien, and Ms. Summer Jones, along with Mr. Chris Wazinski and Mrs. Regine Wolski-Bowl. During the conferring of diplomas, members of the audience are asked to please remain seated.
Aaron Anthony Adler. Ramsey Anton Hardy Aftimos. Owen Samuel Ankley. Chase Jonathan Anthony. Casey Ayers. Aaron Alexander Backey. Sean Michael Barnett. Savannah Lynn Andrews. Sky Marie Armstrong. Anna Joe Baker. Hannah Ray Baker. Emily Alice Belcom. Jacqueline Jocelyn Barajas. Alyssa Tristan Barton. Peyton Riley Berard. Shelby Olivia Bloomfield. Zoe Luis Bamarito. Avery Rourke Beaumont. Lucas Allen Beck. Tyler Zachary Blackson. Keegan Zachariah Bolt. Jake Mitchell Bolton. Cole Patrick Bonesteel. Gavin Sidney Bolin. Hunter Alexander Brannon. Brendan Allen Brimmel. Rachel Elizabeth Bonesteel. Kennedy Ann Bork. Brianna Paige Bostic Tullius. Maddie McKay Boosted. Lena Marie Brandt. Madison Lee Bernabet.